Reviewing Quasimorphosis Exordium. Quasimorphosis is a sci-fi roguelike with tactical missions and survival war elements. You take the role of a PMC fighter and find out the situation on the Fretenza 7 space station in the orbit of Saturn. You can play this game for free. I provided a link to the game in the video description below, along with links to a campaign series where I try to beat the game in less than 5 hours real time. I failed. This is a challenging game, even if you use optimal strategy. And throughout this review, I'm going to be talking about the optimal strategy and how to play the game. I'm going to be talking about some of the elements that you'll encounter. I'll be giving you a guide on how, basically a tutorial on the main elements of how to play. Let's proceed into it. Trust me when I tell you, you do want to follow the optimal strategy. Because if you don't, you'll have zero chance of winning. If you follow the optimal strategy though, you'll have around a 2 to 3% chance of getting to the first mission. This game needs to be balanced. I challenge you to try to overcome this game in less than 5 minutes. Alright, so beginning, we have a short introduction. You'll notice that the corporations rule the world. They have incentivized humans to go out there and do resource extraction. We have come across this really savage, really, diabolical virus that's turned us into demons, kind of these alien, similar to the Alien franchise. So you're traveling through the space station, trying to find each of the elevators. That's the main objective. Finding the elevators, proceeding down each level until you find the exit. It's infested with these zombies and creatures. There's a few humans, a few dogs. You'll notice that there are interactable elements like that fire canister. If you shoot it, then it would explode. Some of the key elements: a health monitor in the bottom left describes how healthy you are. If you get down to 0, you die. Your health bar will change, so some people have more health, others have less. There's also something on the bottom right. First, you'll notice F1. If you press F1, it gives you a health guide on how to, basically all the key bindings on how to move, how to shoot, how to access the mini-map, all that stuff. So press M to access the mini-map, press I for that, for inventory, H for health, and so on and so on. The red bar down there describes the ticking clock. As that number gets higher and higher, so 75, 76, as it gets higher and higher, the zombies get stronger and stronger. There becomes a bigger infestation of aliens. The dogs are faster. It becomes way worse. They get better equipment. They get better guns. Some of them have guns. Yeah, that actually happens. They're faster. Sometimes it takes like 5-6 bullets to take down one. And at that point, you're basically finished. Some of them explode, kind of like a Left 4 Dead bloater style. I'm constantly consulting the mini-map, trying to find the elevator, trying to plot the optimal path, and trust me, you're going to need to do that if you ever want to get to the end. You'll notice there's a ton of looting locations. These are the items marked in yellow. The items marked in red are enemies. Sometimes the scanner will have enough power to tell you that. In this case, I'm just looting as I go along. I've decided, okay, if this guy's not going to fight me, I'm not going to fight him. Sometimes you have to make these tactical decisions to not do that. Other times, just kill him. So I'm moving through, doing the best I can. For a long time, you might not realize what that little 1 there looks like. That's not a key binding. That's actually what we call kind of like a vest slot. So you have that grenade in your vest, and you can easily pull it out and use it. So you want to drag items into that vest slot, like for example, concussion grenades, fragmentation grenades, splash grenades, that kind of stuff. You want to drag those into your quick bar. You'll notice now I have 3. That's because I equipped it something called like a vest of some kind, like a utility vest. So now I have 3 slots there. It makes me more deadly. I found my way to the elevator. You'll notice that there are 2 item placements. Take a look at those placements. It's very, very important. 3 wide, separating 2 on a horizontal plane. That is how you find the elevators. It's a little tip there. Those item placements are how you find the early elevators. Okay? So remember that. I'm going to ask you a question later on to try to find the elevator based on item placements. You're going to want to know that. Name in the game is opening the most doors so you have the most information. Now, there was a grenade. He threw one of those grenades at you. We're at 162, so it's a bit early for the grenades, but the game likes to throw curveballs at you, so alright. No, not complaining. One element that I found appealing about this is that if you are a big fan of the Alien franchise, then this will really scratch that itch. If you're a big fan of horror, this is ideal for you. If you have a computer that isn't the most up to date, can't handle the graphics that some of the newer games have, then this is a very effective, very efficient substitute. It also has, you're going to be on the back leg for a lot of this. You're going to be quite an underdog. Notice I have 9 health here. I'm suffering from fullness. Now fullness represents how much hunger I have. So once that gets lower and lower and lower, you'll see that I begin to starve, I begin to lose health. So you want to make sure that that is up to date. And drinking water, eating food will replenish that. Sometimes the floors get stripped down into their bulkheads. This is what happens when you throw a grenade, sometimes when fires occur. So you want to be careful about that. Sometimes I'm skipping these enemies because I can't fight them, right? I'm at 9 health. Proceeding forward, there are also informational terminals. It was basically propaganda from the companies. Work harder, always listen to your manager, donate back to the company, that kind of stuff. Name in the game is finding the elevator. In order to find the elevator, you need to explore the most rooms, and you need to consult an item scanner. Now here's an item scanner. Let's do a little test now. We're going to try to do an intelligence check. The item scanner we're about to encounter does not have enough power. Now we're trying to find out, where can you get power? The answer is from the energy cells in some of your weapons. Some of your weapons is powered by energy, some of them have pistol shot, 9mm, some of them have slugs, some of them have nails. So for the energy gun, probably the best weapon in there. For the later levels, you're going to need an energy gun. Little hint there for you guys. You want to unload the energy, you want to find the elevator, okay? You deal with one problem at a time. You don't save ammunition for the later levels, typically. Yeah, at least not when you're starting off. You don't, I mean, guys, if you can somehow beat this game in less than 5 hours, I'll be super impressed. There's not many. So you went ahead and recharged that item, and now we're trying to find the elevator. I told you I'd test you on this later on. Can you find the elevator? I'll give you a little bit of time to think about it. You spot it? Alright. So, personally, when I took a look at that, I spotted it instantly. That horizontal line with 3 tiles in between the items. I spotted that on the top left and bottom left. So I have to go over there and find out what's going on. Find out which one of those options is the correct one. I'm going to check out the top left first. I'm low on health. I found an auto dock. Auto dock helps you regenerate and restore your vitals if it has power. So I just used it 3 times, depleted all the power, and there it is. I also picked up some antibiotics and bandages. You would think that antibiotics and bandages can help you recover health, but no. Just like in real life, just like the realism that they value in this game, those elements only help prevent loss of health. You actually need like a health pack. You need some kind of other vitality boosting element in order to do that. So I have a lot of ammunition at this point. I'm going through like a bloody hallway where they like massacred each other, and I'm not enjoying it. You notice I'm starving now because I just haven't gotten enough food. There's an alien there. See, we're in the 400s. Now notice something there. Sometimes when you kill aliens, the bar on the bottom right decreases. It decreases a little bit depending on the alien that you fight. This incentivizes killing the aliens. And trust me, you do want to kill them to decrease that bar, because after it gets in the 700s, in the 800s, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to die. So keep that in mind, kill the aliens, reduce that bar. Oh, look familiar? It's the elevator. Using that elevator strategy to locate the elevator based on item placement, you can find it. Sometimes the light goes out. You might shoot the lights. So just keep that in mind. Don't worry. Another tip is to unload the ammunition from guns that you find that you're not going to keep. This way you'll maximize the number of resources that you have. After the cargo dock, which is level 1, you go to the residential sector, and this is a behemoth. There are enemies left and right. They have guns, they have nail guns, they have grenades, they have concussion grenades. There are aliens that pop out left and right. The dogs are fast, take a lot of bullets to take them down. And I'm not feeling too good with the amount of resources that you had, and I guarantee you're going to feel the same. Luckily, I found some food there, so I was able to satisfy one of the multiple problems that I'm facing. Have a lot of weapons, so I can deal with, you know, maybe 5 or 6 engagements before I expire. So I mean, I have a little bit of time, but with 500 on the Fitz clock, not that much time. I have maybe 200 of those clocks left before it's bingo. So I'm gonna bank on going to the bottom left. That's where I think the elevator is, so I'm gonna keep going in that direction. I think it'll give me the most information in this particular instance, because that pathway right now it kind of leads into hallways, and that hallway I think will provide a lot of avenues for exploration. So I'm moving through. There's really no, I mean, the placements are random. It's randomly generated, so you don't really know where the elevator is. So yeah, that's not going to help you. But the item placement, that is not randomly generated, so that is something you can rely on. Also, there is terrain, terrain destruction, just like in Rainbow Six Siege, where if you shoot through terrain, sometimes it'll punch a hole through, it'll destroy the wall. Same thing. So keep that in mind. You can't just blindly shoot through a wall. It won't let you target a wall, which I feel like is an area of improvement. If they are emphasizing terrain destruction, then they should let you shoot through walls. Right now, they only let you kind of damage the wall if it's like in the way of a shot against a you know, a creature or an enemy. So okay, whatever. Moving through, I'm just collecting supplies. You're gonna find this out, you know, a lot of the time. Inventory is full. If you ever experience these first world problems where you have your inventory full, just be thankful, because most of the time your inventory is going to be like empty. Some of the times your backpack rips open and you drop items left and right. Oh, he threw he recognized what the, that's a frag grenade, the other one is an incinerator grenade, so, yeah. You just need to recognize what those look like in order to properly plan for them. Because you don't want to be caught in an incinerating grenade, you'll perish for sure. Alright, moving through. Got 2 wounds. I'm slowly regenerating, but I need to bandage it up, otherwise I'm going to get infected. Oh, just 1 wound apparently. It's twice as bad as no reason. At this point, you're wondering, okay, well, you know what the objective is. It's to go through all 5 letters, find out what happened on the space station, get the broadcast. What happens if you die? Well, you actually take the place of one of your other paramilitary soldiers up on the top floor. They only send 1 at a time to scout it out for some crazy reason. And yeah, you'll take one of those. You'll come up with a different weapon, different random items. They come up with like a health. They start with different random items that you start with. It's kind of like a pseudo capitalism. Everybody starts with a random item in their inventory, but all the items are insignificant and ineffective, so it's definitely against you here. Alright, try to find the elevator. This is going to be essential if you decide to play the game. Can you spot it? Alright. Well, I thought it was in the top left, so I'm going to proceed in that direction. But, wow. I'm running out of ammunition. I have a nail gun left. I don't have any submachine gun ammunition left. So I'm only good for like maybe 2 engagements. I'm running out of time, running out of health. Okay, so there's 1 enemy. Nail gun is very inaccurate, but the advantage of the nail gun is I fire a lot of bolts, so it has a potential to deal a ton of damage. Oh yeah, some aliens. I had mentioned before, right? They have energy guns, right? So they can shoot you with guns. Imagine that. That's crazy, right? But imagine an alien shooting a gun in the Alien franchise. One of the things that sets this game apart. So low ammunition, gonna get infected. I have to swap to a gun that has 5 bullets. It's just not working out. Using a bandage, trying to stabilize my wounds. Using multiple bandages, trying to improve the situation. Trying to find the elevator. I'm gonna guess that it's... oh, it's either to the left or up. Hard to tell, right? It's hard to tell. But I think it was up. I think we chose wrong. He throws a frag grenade. He cuts off my advance. I have to back off. We're at a level where they will pursue me endlessly, so I have to kill them. So I pick up a position so I can face one of them at a time, maximizing my effectiveness, minimizing theirs. I switch, I use my best weapons, but just don't have the resources to continue. And this is the end of the review / guide for Quasimorphosis Exordium.